Hey novice coders, Coding Novice here. Today we're going to be continuing the series of the first 5 programs ChatGPT recommend us to build in Python. You can follow along yourself with the download and startup instructions in my earlier video. We're going to make a program that converts temperature between Fahrenheit and Celsius. As usual, the first thing we're going to try is just copying and pasting from the prompt they gave us. It's almost like AI inception. We had an initial prompt to gather some text from them, and now we're just feeding the AI its own prompts back to create the programs it recommended we build. So it's creating a new function for us. Enter the temperature in Fahrenheit. Float is like integer, except it allows decimals after the integer. So you can have fractions that are represented in a decimal form. It just gives you accurate math rather than wild rounding. Wow, it's even giving us a way to handle exceptions. So if somebody puts in the wrong type of information, it's going to tell us that we're not giving the input in Fahrenheit. So I guess it wants a number rather than you can't give a string or something else. They're giving us a way to make the program keep working too, so that we don't need to run it each time we want to make the code. It's cool. Now things are getting a little bit more complicated, and the program is handling it. I mean, I left one little simple request. It's feeding us all of this information. It's really incredible. The important part, though, is whether or not it works. Hold on, we want to do let's just see. The first one, enter temperature in Fahrenheit. 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 37, that seems about right. But if we run it and we type in 37, the program fails and quits. So this should handle the exceptions. And if I type in Coding Novice, it tells us we have an invalid input, but the code still exits. With this code, with the while loop, we'll keep it active until we quit the program. So we can keep getting conversions and type Q to quit. So now let's say, want to try 100 degrees, 37. Now 25 degrees. Oh, that's negative. I guess 32 is freezing, so that should be 0. And there we go, it's 0. So now we can type Q, and that automatically closes out the program, and it's no longer running. But what if I want to be able to switch? Let's ask it to add a user input so that if the user... Now, what if you want to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit? We're going to add a function or the ability. I don't think they'll do it as a function, but we'll see. They'll edit this function most likely. Who knows how they'll solve it? But the point is, you'll be able to give Fahrenheit or Celsius. Now we have it allowing us to enter the temperature and then the unit of measurement, but it wants us to type Fahrenheit and Celsius every time. That's a little crazy. Can you change it so that the user only types F or C to change the unit? There we go. So it's going to give us a modified version of the program for a third time, and now it should do exactly what we want, allowing the user to type in the temperature, F or C, and get the opposite. All right, here we go. Enter temperature, 32 Fahrenheit. Temperature in Celsius, 0. Now let's enter 25 in Celsius. Temperature in Fahrenheit, 77. So it works. The only thing I'm thinking is it wants us to give an int. So let's say we want to give a Celsius temperature and we want to give a 0.5 degree to be precise. Or oh, that works. So it does accept the float. Nice. This program worked great. There you have it. I mean, this is ChatGPT. It's quite powerful. It doesn't do everything perfectly on the first try, but if you keep banging your head against the wall, you'll get there eventually.